Identity. It's such a simple, everyday term. But have you ever tried defining it? What is an identity? We use it simply to refer to someone's personality. Or we could go really in-depth and use it to describe the morals and values that have joined together to form this unique set of traits. But how much of this identity is made up of factors the person is conscious of, and how much is quietly but significantly influenced by the world around them? How much of your identity is your definition of yourself, and how much is the world defining you? Now that we've given some definition to identity, let's look at another concept, cultural identity. How does cultural identity differ from general identity? How do cultural factors influence an individual's decisions and perception? And how is identity manipulated and damaged by external factors? I was born in Edison, New Jersey. At the age of 5, my family and I moved to Zurich, Switzerland due to my father's job. Now here I was on a different continent, a language I didn't understand, halfway through kindergarten and having to start it over. I met another Indian girl from my class and we started doing everything together, swimming, ballet, choir. The word choir is an interesting one for me. One day on the bus, I was telling a friend about how I used to be in a choir. Well, my parents are immigrants from India, and though any trace of an Indian accent is long gone, they still say some words with a slightly British inflection, influenced by the manner of speaking in India. So when I said the word choir, my pronunciation of the word wasn't completely perfect. It was in no way not understandable. But one girl who I'd never even spoken to before said something along the lines of, "You can't even speak English." She didn't know I'd been in Switzerland for the past 3 years learning German, and maybe I had messed up because of this. No, it was because I was Indian, and because of this, I obviously couldn't speak proper English. This happened when I was in 4th grade. I was 10 years old. I'm 16 now, and this one incident still sticks with me like it was yesterday, even though that girl probably doesn't even remember I go here. Yet every day, I make a conscious effort to make sure I pronounce my every word perfectly, make sure I fit myself in, because this one incident has affected me so deeply. Now, you're probably wondering why you're sitting here listening to me trauma dump on you. But in reality, this is a feeling shared by the majority of first-generation children in America. Of course, I can't speak for everyone, but I can only hope that this will resonate with somebody in this room today. Has anyone here felt as though they need to prove themselves the moment they walk into a room? Prove that they are not a member of that stereotype that is associated with them? Stereotypes exist, but they don't because, of course, we don't make generalizations like that. Racism exists, but it doesn't because nobody's a bad person, and we defeated those racist mindsets years ago. Ignorance exists, but it doesn't. There is data to support that our surroundings have a significant effect on our surroundings and our feelings towards ourselves. A 2017 study conducted in the National Library of Medicine explored the interplay between cultural and personal identity in Hispanic adolescents who had recently immigrated to the United States. The results showed a direct correlation between feelings of confusion and uncertainty and those of aggression and violence in these teens. The teens studied all said that they felt conflicted ethnically as new citizens of the United States. While, of course, this is to be expected and understood of new citizens, the violent and aggressive tendencies that were associated with these conflicts in identity proved that there are underlying issues associated with this. This could lead to even more severe problems, such as mental health issues and even suicides. As a person who has been exposed to a multitude of cultural and geographic environments, I have experienced a lot of significant changes regarding my own identity. However, even without the added pressure of changes in surroundings, society is more than capable of taking its toll. Take the infamously prominent concept of blackfishing, for example, as well as its interconnectedness with white privilege. What is the motivation of these white people who choose to make changes to their appearance, behaviors, and lifestyle in order to appear African American? Here's the goal. The goal is to gain even more privilege and gain the attention of society by making changes to their cultural identity, changes to the core of their being. How is it that people like this exist, inherently privileged people who choose to depict themselves as those of a historically less privileged race? And so do people like me, who are made to feel as though they need to change just in order to fit into the world around them. Why is it that these are the very same people who tell me to go back to my country and call me whitewashed the moment I try to conform to their standards? A lot of the time, this can't even be considered racism. It's just ignorance. And so this ignorance is what we need to fix within ourselves as well. You see, we are so hyper-focused on making sure our every word and our every move fits into the perfect norms of society that we forget it is all a trap. That no matter how hard we try, we are wasting our time. Because ultimately, all we are in the eyes of society is whitewashed. So maybe instead of trying so desperately to fit ourselves into society that will, 9 times out of 10, reject these efforts, we can focus on ourselves. We can focus on who we are and what is determining this description of ourselves. What are the factors that connect us to our cultures? What role does this culture play in the decisions we make every day? And then we can connect to this, these morals and these values, these perceptions that we innately possess. And this confidence is what will truly fit us into society. Thank you.